Are you stuck in straight tone, or fake vibrato, or maybe your vibrato comes and goes and you have no control over it? Let's dive deeper into this subject. I may tell you some things that you never knew. This is going to be intense. Welcome back to another edition of Victoria's Victorious Vocal Tips. 31 years of teaching voice, 43 years of studying voice, all different styles. My students have ranged from ultra beginners all the way through advanced touring professionals, voice teachers, and choral directors. I give you serious vocal technique made simple and fun. So today I'm going to give you some scientific principles about vibrato explained in everyday language. And then we're going to talk about what might be getting in the way of your natural vibrato revealing itself. We're going to do 2 exercises, and then we're going to troubleshoot. What if you are still stuck? If you want more information, make sure to see the videos in my playlist on vibrato. So here comes the science. What is vibrato? Vibrato is a normal neuromuscular tremor in the larynx. It is a result of the balance of airflow, freedom at the larynx, and is also affected by resonance. It is a gentle rocking sensation at the larynx, as opposed to this fake vibrato. Vibrato is a relaxant principle. So when we sing straight tone, the vocal folds are more tense. And like I always say, that's not a bad thing, because we need a certain amount of the good tension in order to get the vocal folds to vibrate efficiently. So if the vocal folds are more tense with straight tone, contrast that to vibrato, where the vocal folds are more released or relaxed. That does not mean sluggish or floppy. Think of straight tone as the work part of the cycle and vibrato as the relaxant or release part of the cycle. Healthy vibrato enhances the tone. It is heard as part of the tone rather than drawing attention to itself. I will demonstrate using some hand signals. This is straight tone, this is vibrato, and then we're all going to do it together in a few minutes. So this common fake vibrato, which is usually a machine gun vibrato, I call it, is not part of our relaxant principle. That's not gentle pulsation. That's banging or punching. In a nutshell, if you are stuck in straight tone, you are not able to let go of the tension. You are not able to get into the release. In other words, you're a little tight. Well, what do? We have to free things up. We cannot make vibrato happen because that usually just winds up in that fake vibrato. But we can invite it by releasing the tension. I have a lot of exercises, including some wild and crazy ones, in my playlist on vibrato. So if you haven't done them, be sure to do them first. You got to get out of your head in order to experience this freedom that we need. We're going to do 2 exercises. I will do it first, and then I am going to give you lots of instruction and pointers on how to do them. You better get your notebooks out, or else come back and take notes later, because this is going to be deep. Exercise 1. We're going to start in our middle voice on a single note, and then we're going to go up and down a whole step, faster and faster, and then we're going to settle on the bottom note. And the whole goal here is to get this freedom, this movement going. So it goes like this. That's my hand signal, right? Vibrato. So now we're all going to do it together. Middle voices can be here. Higher voices can be up here if you like. Low voices can be down there. You do it where it's easy, okay? So I want you to feel this movement. You're never going to find vibrato if you're stuck in rigidity, okay? Here we go. And when you settle on the bottom note, feel this release. Just try it. Here's some other tips. Feel your voice moving away from you. You know, in order to sing with vibrato, you got to get out of this driving, controlling the voice. No, you got to get out of your own way. Your vibrato will be there if you get out of the way and sing with balance. So when I say I want you to feel this movement, I don't want your larynx jumping up and down like this. I said it's a gentle movement. So let's do it again. We're just going to stay on those same notes. And I think the hand movements help if you want to join me. Here we go. Gentle waves, not chaos. So I'm throwing all these different ideas out. You use what works for you. So I like the idea of that voice moving away from me with the release. Rather than driving, okay? Less aggressive. Think peaceful, a calm lake. Let's do it again. My voice is moving away from me. More float, less aggressive. Let's go up a half step, and now I want you to think about this pillow or cushion of air. And if you're stuck in straight tone, there's a very good chance that you're squeezing your vocal folds too tightly. The fancy word is hyperadduction, okay? So, pillow of air, freedom of airflow. Let more air through. Also, think a little lighter, a little thinner, rather than heavy. If you're singing with a lot of vocal weight, it's probably going to be harder to get that release. So here we go, up a half step. I'll do it with the higher voices in my head blend, which for some people, by the way, is easier. Here we go. I'm going to say that again. For some people, lightening up, singing in a little lighter blend. It could be in your head blend, or it could be in a lighter chest blend. For some people, when they lighten up that way, it helps to find that release that we need. See my playlist on the mixed voice. Also, if your abs are tight, you're probably going to have a hard time, because remember, when the abs lock, the throat locks. Everything in singing works together. We're going to do it one last time. Remember, to sing with vibrato, you got to get out of your own way. You got to let that release or that relaxant principle happen, okay? So, no trying to force it there and make it happen. Now, exercise 2. We're going to start with the same thing, okay? Speeding up over a whole step, and then we're going to add a 5-tone scale. Like this. If possible, vibrato on every tone. Once you find it, see if you continue that float. Here we go. For a lot of people, they discover their vibrato when they're almost out of breath. And why is that? It's probably because they're not driving so much. When they're out of breath, they're actually more into that relaxant principle. So just think about that. So we're going to do it one more time, and this time I'll do it with the higher voices. Remember, think a little bit lighter, more float. No angry singing, no aggressive singing, no bossiness. Troubleshooting time. What if you're still having problems and you're stuck in straight tone? Ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, am I driving my voice too hard? Remember, we need to experience the release of the tension, more float rather than driving. Feel this sense of ease. Number 2, am I rigid at the vocal folds? Do I want everything to be fixed? If you're not open to this gentle rocking, my friends, you could practice vibrato exercises all day long and you're still going to be stuck in straight tone. Now, some people sing with vibrato naturally. Others have to practice in order to get it. So that's why I like my wild and crazy exercises. Make sure that you do them if you're stuck. Number 3, am I pressing too hard? Am I squeezing those vocal folds? Remember, there's got to be more of a pillow of air going through, so no squeezing if you want to experience this release. In my 31 years of teaching voice, I have never had a student not find their vibrato. Some took longer than others, but you need to practice this a few minutes every day. By the way, if you don't have structure in your training, I recommend you get my audio program, Vocal Exercises for Every Vocal Need, beginner through advanced and super affordable. It is now time for Victoria's Wisdom. Think of vibrato as a release of tension at the vocal folds. If you are stuck in straight tone, remember this important relaxant principle. I hope you have enjoyed another edition of Victoria's Vocal Tips. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends. Leave me some comments. Leave me some thumbs up. Follow me on social media and keep working on releasing the tension and uncovering your beautiful vibrato. And I look forward to seeing everyone again very soon.